Hey, LinkedIn community and social media community, FieldQuest community, Comfort Associates, clients, and I'm sitting here. It's December 6th. Maybe I just start to get reflective towards the end of the year, even though we have a few weeks left before it. And I just many of you know, if you listen to the podcast, if you listen to any of my other content, I often think about this mindset of a deal maker, mindset of an entrepreneur, and sort of how entrepreneurs and deal makers operate differently than a lot of other people. And it's been interesting because I happen to see a couple things on social media and hear a couple things on the news. I try to avoid most of the news, frankly. But you hear people talking about just the negatives, the challenges that are here. And listen, don't get me wrong. I get that there are people out there that are financially, seriously impacted by inflation or increasing interest rates. But there's also good stuff, right? I mean, even though the Fed's been trying to slow the economy, we still have strong job reports and whatever. But this is not a commentary on the economy. It's really much more a commentary on mindset. So I'm doing this special series on the integrators and aggregators in the RA space, and I'm talking to the leaders, the CEOs, the leaders of these firms. And when I talk to them about even hearing, let's say the DeVoe report, that there was a drop off in deals, they're talking about how they're still optimistic, right? How they still see deal flow, and how they still think they can get good deals done. I was on a call this morning with Entrepreneurs Organization. Many of you know I've been a member for since 2008. I had a little break, but largely since 2008. We had just a call in the community talking about what people are doing in terms of investments, in terms of what they see the economy, economic opportunities, things like that. And although there were people on there that had some concerns, and I'm not saying we should be aware of the headwinds, of the challenges, of certain things that are coming up. Their mentality even then was, hey, I'm not buying companies now, or I'm not heavily investing in this or that, the other thing, because I want to keep some powder dry, because I want to keep reserves, not because they're worried that, that they're going to need it to eat. And listen, I get it. These are in EO, you need $1 million in revenue and above. So these are people who are running successful companies at various levels, but so that they can take advantage of opportunities and deals, all right, as the market evolves, right? So it's still that positive mentality, even if they may be a little more concerned about the temporary economic situations. Listen, it would be easy for those folks out there who come from a more negative outlook to say, well, sure, these entrepreneurs, these business leaders, these executives, can be more optimistic and more positive because they're more successful and they're less impacted. But I'm a strong believer that it's actually the other way around in large part, right? That optimistic outlook, that always looking for opportunities, that way of saying, hey, yes, recognizing risks and challenges, but always, looking at the positive, always looking at the way that you can turn them into positives, the way you can pivot your companies, the way that you can, wait and then take advantage of opportunities, the way that you look at, the positive ends of certain things that are going on. I think it's actually that attitude, those mindsets, right, of leaders, of entrepreneurs, of deal makers, that actually have them be much more successful, right? It's not the other way around. Just sitting here coming towards the end of the East Coast day, although I'm in my West Coast place, so I got a little time to go, and reflecting on that just from some experiences of the last couple of days. And I want to say that I so appreciate the fact that I get to spend so much time with entrepreneurs, with business executives and leaders, with people who have that positive mindset, that growth mentality, not only in terms of their businesses, but in terms of working on themselves. And it makes my day-to-day, phenomenal, right? I meet these great people who are guests on my podcast. I talk to my clients, and generally these conversations are, for positive things with people who have visions and are committed to having them manifest and are, work to stay inspired and are positive, and that makes my life and very, very positive, and makes me really love what I do, right? And love the people that I deal with. So I feel very, very blessed, and I want to thank all of you in the community for that. And I look forward to continuing that, not only obviously through the end of the year, but into next year and for many years to come. So listen, if you maybe if you had a tough day, hopefully this gives you a little positive inspiration. If you have had a great day, then so have I, and it's great to be partners in that mindset, and in that growth, and in that opportunity, and in that ability to inspire others to do the same. All right, folks, take care now.